There's some creators that are making seven figures with a couple of thousand views per video, when other creators are getting millions of views per video and still struggling to hit six figures. Now, I've been doing a lot of studying on YouTube, and I found that there's one fundamental difference between these two different types of videos. Videos that can make you a lot of money without going viral are so good, people want to pay you for them. So in this video, I'm going to be reverse engineering some of those creators and show you the process they use to make their videos so good, people want to pay for them. Now, before I show you what makes a video valuable, I also want to preface with what it isn't, because I think where most people get hung up is when they hear make better videos, they automatically assume it means getting more expensive equipment, hiring a great editor, and then copying the highest performing videos. But unfortunately, you can do all those things and you may get views, but if you're missing one of the deeper pieces, you're going to struggle to get any clients from your YouTube channel at all. But once you have them in place, you can have your dream clients lining up to work with you while making YouTube videos that are easy to make, don't require a lot of editing, and don't have to go viral. So what are those underlying pieces? Well, as I've been studying, I think it comes down to three main phases. Phase number one is make it valuable. Now, the first phase is the core of making videos people want to watch. Phase one is all about making your video as valuable as possible. But I wanted to know, what does that actually mean? What elements do you need to include in the video to make a valuable video? Well, Alex Hormozi actually wrote an entire book about a very similar concept. He applied it to business, but I think we can also politely steal his value equation from his book to make our videos so good people want to pay us for them. It's broken up into four parts: dream outcome, perceived likelihood of achievement, effort and sacrifice, and then time delay. Now, what the heck does that have to do with making a YouTube video? Well, I think this framing is a great way to filter the YouTube video ideas that you have. So let me ask you this. Which video do you think would be more valuable to you? Video number one is called 3 Tips to Grow Your Business. Video number two is How I Scaled My Business to $100,000 a month while working 20 hours per week. I would definitely say it is going to be the second one. But why is that? Well, let's look at the first one. So what is the dream outcome here? It's to grow your business, which is incredibly vague. And also, what about the perceived likelihood of achievement? Do you have any reason to believe that this video is going to actually help you grow your business? Well, from just the title alone, no. Effort and sacrifice and time delay, it doesn't mention that at all. But let's look at video number two. So the dream outcome for this one is scale to $100,000 a month, which is much better than growing your business. Perceived likelihood of achievement, well, he said that he did it, so now I'm much more likely to believe that he can also teach me how to do it for myself. And then effort and sacrifice, he said that he did it in 20 hours per week. And then time delay, it doesn't mention anything specific, but this video is already so much more valuable than the first one. So when you're thinking about your own videos, ask yourself, how can I give them a big dream outcome with not a lot of effort and sacrifice and help them get the result fast and prove to them that they can do it too? Now, that honestly seems like a pretty tall order, but you can start with just using one of those elements and your videos will begin to feel a lot more valuable. Now, that's just on the packaging side, but the problem is anyone can promise anything, and they do on the internet. So what do? Well, this is where something that feels like a terrible idea can actually be one of the best things that you do for your business. You want to give away all of your best content for free. Now, I know this seems like a bad idea, especially if you're wanting to make money. You're like, okay, if I have all my best stuff out there for free, why would they pay me? Well, I think it's actually because what you're offering in your free content versus your paid service is different. So in many ways, the free content, what you're offering is going to be information. While on the paid side, you are offering implementation and you're offering transformation. For the people that want to get to the goal quicker, they can work with you. Phase number two is about making your videos memorable. Now, the unfortunate part about YouTube is there's a lot of seemingly valuable content out there, but there's one thing that you can do to get people connected to you, not just the content. And that's where phase two comes in. So one of my favorite books about teaching concepts is a book called Made to Stick. And inside it, there is a formula for ideas sticking with your audience. So let me show you what it is and show you how effective it can be to bring your audience back and get them connected to you. So in the book, they put together a lovely little acronym called SUCCESS. That stands for simple, unexpected, concrete, credible, emotional, and stories. So technically they spelled success wrong, but they were real close. So we'll give it to them. Now, the more you can learn about those different elements, the more value your audience is going to get out of your content for one key reason. They're actually going to remember it. Now, for the best results, you want to use all five, but there's one that if you only use this one, I would definitely recommend you use it for your YouTube videos, and that is stories. Now, stories are one of the best ways to make your content not only valuable, but also memorable. Stories make the content easier to remember, but they also do something else that is incredibly valuable for your business. They instantly make you stand out from the rest of the competition. Like when I'm talking about the importance of having a clickable title and thumbnail on YouTube, I don't just say, well, you need to have a clickable title and thumbnail. I actually tell the story of how when I was starting running this channel, we were happy to get 100 views on our videos after a week of it being uploaded. But once we started studying what made a clickable video, it led us to now having over 15 videos with 100,000 plus views. Same info, but you're demonstrating your expertise and you're helping them remember the content. So in your content, use stories and examples from your own life. And some of them can demonstrate your expertise, but some of them are just to get them connected to you. So all those different stories from your life that makes it memorable, make sure you include those in your content. Now, phase number 3 is all about making it actionable. And this is the phase that will be the biggest driver of people actually wanting to start to work with you. Now, more than likely, they have been consuming a lot of YouTube content looking for the answer to the problems. But there is something that the top creators do that finally gets them out of the loop and shows them the value of working with them. Here's what it looked like for me, because there was a day where I was also consuming tons and tons of YouTube content and not really doing anything. For me, I literally waited 8 years of thinking about starting a YouTube channel before actually doing it, because I was so worried about having the best strategy and the best plan to the point where I got totally overwhelmed with the idea of making my first video. So I put it off for a very, very long time. But here's what finally got me out of that loop. I saw a video by a guy named Roberto Blake, and his advice was honestly pretty counterintuitive, but I think at the time it was exactly what I needed. He said, you need to make your first bad video. And I'm like, oh, this whole time I've been so worried about making the perfect video, but making a bad video, it almost sounds like something that I can actually pull off. So I did. I pulled out my phone, I started recording myself. I didn't even edit the video, and then I posted it. Now, did that video get me tons and tons of views and get my channel off the ground? No, and that was primarily because it was not good at all. Like, what do you expect? But what it did do was take me from being just a consumer to being a producer. It took me from just taking information in to actually taking action towards my goals. So in your content, you don't want to just give information. There's enough information out there already. You want to invite them into action. So if you've made it this far in the video, I think you're the kind of person that believes in the idea of taking action, not just watching another video. So for you, I've actually got 2 pieces of action for you depending on what stage you're in. So if you are a business owner and just like me, you have been thinking about starting a YouTube channel for far too long and you finally want to do it, I would encourage you to make your first bad video. Pull out your phone and just answer a question that your dream client would have, and then upload that as your first video. And if you can do that, one, congrats, because that's actually a huge step, even if it feels insignificant. But also comment, I did it, and I'd love to check out your first video. Or if you've been uploading for a while and you're trying to make your videos better, remember the 3 different phases. Make it valuable, make it memorable, and make it actionable. And then for your next video, just take one of those pieces and implement it into your video. Now, I'm going to be honest, when you are starting out making these videos, there's a pretty high likelihood that nobody is going to watch. And I will argue that that's actually okay. And I made this video where I show you the 5 hidden reasons why you should start a YouTube channel for your business, even if nobody watches.